Good morning. Good morning. Well, today was a lot of technical difficulties, but we are here. Oh well, let's start. Okay, welcome to Summer Sunrise Yoga with Sally from the Hamptons. And today I'm at GIBSON Beach, and I'm so happy that you're here with me today. And looking forward to practicing 30 minutes of connection with our beautiful bodies. Let's begin by sitting up really, really tall, inhaling deeply through the nostrils, keeping the mouth closed, exhaling deeply through the nostrils, keeping the back of the neck nice and long. Push that occipital bone up. That's that little knob at the back of your head. Push that up towards the ceiling. Lengthen the lower spine. Sitting up very, very tall. That looks nice. Nice, nice, nice. Let's do one thing before we go into our little meditation, and this is to open the shoulders, because a lot of us, we sit like this, and that's just what happens. It's kind of easy for our arms to get there, but we really want our arms to be rooted in the back like this. So what we're going to do, we're going to go like this with our thumbs pointing up towards the sky. You're going to bring your back of your knuckles onto the ground like this, and now you're just going to rotate your thumb. Don't pinch your shoulders, but just rotate your hands back. There's a point where it will stop. That's your fascia. Push against that stopping place. Hold that there. Relax your head. Relax your mouth, tongue, eyes, everything. And then you're going to keep your shoulders very quiet, and then just turn the palms to face the ground. That's where your shoulders should be. Does that feel a little strange? It might feel like you're really sticking your chest out, but you're actually neutral. When you come from here, it's going to feel really open, but just open up that. You can do that again with the thumb pushing back. Again, don't pinch the back. That's not what it's about. It's just opening this pec minor. There's a teeny little muscle right here that we're opening. We're going to go like that and then bring the palms back down. Now see if you can take the palms and put them on your knees. Oops, I'm in my habitual leg in front. I'm going to change to the strange leg, which is my left leg. Yours might be your right leg. But put that strange leg in front, because that's how we're going to rebalance our bodies, and that's what Hatha Yoga is about. Is Ha is sun, Tha is moon, and Hatha Yoga is all about balancing the body. All right, so bringing the hands onto the knees. See if you can hold your shoulders still there. If you mess up, just go back to this. This is a little trick you can use to open up your shoulders and come into a nice position with your shoulders. Hands on the knees. Now bring the hands into Namaskara Mudra. Going to inhale deeply, close the eyes. Inhaling deeply through the nostrils. Make sure the back of the neck is nice and long. Maybe a slight smile on your lips. Just start your day with your face lifted up. It's going to be so nice. And let's take a moment to invite some silence into our lives. And rubbing the hands together vigorously, heating up the palms. Bring the warm palms over the closed eyes. Inhale deeply through the nostrils, long back of the neck, sitting up very, very tall. Exhaling deeply through the nostrils. And open the eyes behind the palms and circle the eyes to the right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the eyes, relax the eyes. Inhale deeply through the nostrils. Exhaling deeply through the nostrils. Open the eyes again behind the palms and circle this time to the left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And close the eyes, relax the eyes. Inhale deeply through the nostrils. Sitting up very, very tall. Exhale through the nostrils. Inhale one more time through the nostrils. And gently lower your hands and open your eyes. And congratulations, the hard work is over. You made it here. All right, let's start by stretching to the side. We're gonna reach up and over. Reaching up, and let's go to the other side, up and over. We're gonna do this really quickly today. Now we're gonna take the left hand, put it on the right knee, and look over the right shoulder, holding your eyes in that right corner. Ooh, the surf is really big today. Holding your eyes. And coming back towards the center. We're holding our eyes so that we're triggering our vagus nerve. Let's go to the other side. Gonna look over your left shoulder this time and hold your eye in that left corner. Hold your eye there. You can push your hand against your knee if you want to twist a little bit more. Don't go too hard though. Always respect the boundaries of your body. And coming back towards the center. We've got storms moving in, so they're supposed to come around 7 a.m., which is around now. Okay, let's open up our legs into an easy V. Go ahead and rock the legs back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Loosening up that the hip bone. That's what we're doing. We're loosening up inside there so our hips are nice and oily. Let's do a little twist while we're here. Let's go all the way to the left, and you're just going to twist as much as you can, looking over that left shoulder. Before we were just twisting the upper body. Now we're doing the whole spine in the lower body. Can you feel that in your lower spine? All the way to the other side. Really enjoying that twist. And coming back to center. Let's do one other thing. Bring that strange leg back into the front. I want to do this. This is a really great way. We were starting with opening up that pec minor. Here's another way you can do it. Go ahead and put your left elbow on your left thigh. Then you're going to take your right hand, put it behind you, and instead of looking behind you, you're going to look up as you press into your elbow and look up towards the ceiling, opening up the chest, opening up the sternum. Make sure your jaw is nice and relaxed. Don't let your head crunch back. Keep supporting the head so you're not going completely looking up. You want to keep the back of the neck nice and strong. Coming up, ooh, it looks dark over there. I might have to run away. Okay, so let's put the right elbow on the right thigh. We're going to do the same thing on to the other side. We're going to look up towards the sky to open up our chest. And coming back towards the center. You know, opening up your chest and changing your posture, there is an emotional component to it. I remember when I was 17, I went to a dance class for the first time. And, you know, this was my posture. And for me to come here, I felt like I was sticking my chest out, and I said to the teacher, and she was like, no, you're neutral now. It just feels that way to you because you've been like this for so long. It feels like this, but you're just neutral. So that's what I invite you to really explore, is opening up that pec minor right here, and that's gonna help to open up your chest. Let's do that again. Let's do our thumbs like this. We're gonna turn our thumbs back, and now I want you to just turn your head to the right. Make sure that everything's nice and relaxed. Come back to the center, turn your head to the left. Make sure your jaw is nice and relaxed. Come back toward the center. Now the thing is, the sternum should be nice and soft. This is a really vulnerable area. And you know, when I was a dancer, I remember I would watch the ballerinas, and they always were dancing from here. And I just felt like their soul was coming out from that area. And when I was in India, I asked one of my masters, I said, Master, is this where the soul comes out? He goes, yes, this is where the prana comes out. You can call it soul if you like. And I was like, oh, okay, great. That's what they think too. So this is where your soul comes out. So you don't want this to be hard. It's not a hard thing. It's very soft and very open. And then it's a signal to other people that you're open. Okay, let's open our legs like this. We're gonna keep that in mind as we come forward. Now you can just sort of hang over your legs if you want to like this. You could just have your hands like this if you feel like it. I like to use a block sometimes. It'd be a good idea to invest in a couple of blocks and a strap. Maybe 2 straps, because we do some things with 2 straps, you'll see as we go along. But come forward over that leg and just let's let our whole body relax over the legs. This is such a great stretch. I do this every morning. If you want, you can rock your legs again just to keep those hip flexors. There's tendons right there where the leg joins the body, and those can hold on really tight because, you know, they're there to protect you, and you're telling them it's okay, just relax. And then coming back up, let's go over the right leg again. You can use your blocks like this if you want to, or just your hands walking along till you find your either side of your leg, and you're just gonna drape over that right leg. Now, just to add some oomph, go ahead and push that left hip back, and you're gonna feel a nice stretch in your sacrum area. Yeah, that feels so good. Coming back up, let's go to the other side, same thing. Gonna come over this leg. The left leg, and this time we're going to push the right hip back in opposition. It's going to give you a nice lower sacrum stretch. All right, let's come back up to seated. We're going to come into the butterfly. Ooh, it's getting a little colder. I think the rain is approaching. I may have to run if it comes because I don't want my equipment to get wet. Okay, let's come into the butterfly, the farfalle, or the papillon, mariposa. Paro paro. Schmetterling for my German friends. Okay, let's lengthen the legs out. We're going to work on our toes a little bit this morning. We're going to flex our feet back, then crunch the toes, flex the toes, crunch the toes, flex the toes, crunch the toes, flex the toes, crunch the toes. Now point the feet, flex the toes, flex the feet, crunch the toes, point the feet, flex the toes, flex the feet. Now see if you can flex, keep the toes back as you push the ball of the foot forward, like you're almost doing like a Barbie foot, okay? Pushing that. Now crunch the toes, flex the toes, crunch the toes, flex the toes. You're really giving all these tendons a nice stretch there. They're really enjoying that. Now circle to the right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that feels so good. Let's come onto all fours. Do our sun salutations. Going to put your hands on the mat and then curl your toes under and then lift the knees up off the mat for just about 2 or 3 inches. Lifting up, lifting up, lifting up. That's it. Bring the knees back up and go back into child's pose. And you can let your arms be, I like to do this sometimes, just rest my forehead on my hands. This is really not conventional, but you can do your own variations. All right, let's come back into the all fours. Curl the toes under, lift the knees up. This time we're going to go into a deeply knee bend down dog. Really pushing back into the hips, hips up in the air, and then lengthen the legs into your down dog. And slowly walk forward towards your hands and hang over the legs. Nice long length. Let your head say yes, no. Make sure your head is nice and relaxed. But that's very important that you keep your neck relaxed. If the neck is stiff, the whole back will be stiff. If you relax your head, the rest of your back goes, oh, things must be okay. And come all the way up. I use that when I ride horses. I always massage their necks, and I get their neck nice and relaxed. And then I have a nice ride because their whole back is relaxed. Woo, it's getting kind of gray here, isn't it? Yeah. Turn this up a little bit. This is great. All right, let's do our sun salutations. Okay, we're going to come to the top of the mat. Our feet are going to be parallel with the long side of the mat. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale as you fall forward over the legs. Hands on the shins on the inhale. Exhale as you step back onto the mat into your plank and lower all the way down. Inhale to cobra. Curl the toes under and reach back into your down dog for 2 breaths. Here we go. 1, 2. And walking forward towards the hands. And put the hands on the shins, arching up on the inhale. Exhale, fall forward onto the legs. Inhale, arms up all the way on the inhale. Touch back if you can. You can go straight up if you want to, that's fine. And bring the hands back into Namaskar Mudra. All right, let's do it again. We're going to inhale all the way up. Exhale, falling forward. Hold the legs. Hands on the back, lower all the way down. I'm seeing some gull prints here. Very big little flippers these guys have. Inhale into your cobra. Exhale, back into your down dog. Oh, this is so amazing. Yoga by the beach. Aren't you lucky? This is so beautiful. 2 breaths here. And then walk towards your hands on the inhale and then hands on the shins, rising up. Exhale all the way over the legs. And on the inhale, come all the way up and back. Wonderful. Let's come into our balancing. Now we're going to do our tree pose. You're going to come onto the left leg, and you're going to lift up the right foot. Start to bounce. You're going to feel your left foot start to negotiate. Let's go onto the right foot now. Same thing. Just getting used to the idea. Ooh, had some sand give away under there. Okay, so this time what we're going to do is we're going to activate our tummy so that we can balance better. You're going to pull your tummy in towards your spine and then up. Feel that? So you don't want to just pull back. A lot of people think when you pull in your stomach, you're actually doing this. But if you pull in and then go up, you're inside next to the spine and lifting up. It's kind of a crazy sensation. I'm not even sure which muscles it is. I think it might be a combination of the lower diaphragm and the upper part of the psoas and maybe the erectors. I think they're all coming together to create that sensation of what they call lift. We used to call it lift in dance. They call it Uddiyana Bandha in yoga. Relax everything, let your tummy go. Okay, let it all go. All right, let's activate that again. You're gonna pull the muscles in towards your tummy, then go straight up. And that's going to give you a nice connection between your upper and lower body. And now you're going to be solid for your balance. Let's come onto that left leg. Does it feel easier to balance? Let's come into our tree pose. You can do it here on your calf. You can even do a little kickstand if you want to down here. But if you can't, bring it up onto your thigh. And then you're going to activate that tummy. Keep your tummy active. Hands into Namaskar Mudra. Find your drishti, which is a focal point. Make sure it's not a cloud or a dog. Something that's moving. And with control, woohoo! Let your foot come down. That was pretty good. It's a good save. Always work on if you work on your balance now, so when something happens and you start to fall, you'll already be prepared for that. So that's why working on balance and strengthening the lower foot is so important. Let's do the same thing on the other side. We're going to pull the tummy in and up. We're going to come on to that right leg now, and then we're going to bring the foot up to the calf if you want to, or the thigh. Don't put it on the knee. That's a no-no, because you don't want to ever put force against a joint. That's not a good idea. Bringing the hands into Namaskar Mudra. We're going to do the other side now. We're going to find our drishti point, lengthen the back of the neck. I was trying to go like this. Do as I say, not as I do. Love that phrase. Find your drishti. And with control, lower, raise. Can you lower and raise that knee? And then lower it down. Excellent, so good. All right, let's come to do a pose I think is really good to do, and it involves twisting. So actually, no, let's not do that. Let's continue with what we were doing with our arms here. You know, I showed you on the ground you could do this. You can also do this when you're standing up. Take your hands like this, so your palms are facing your thighs like this, and now you're just gonna fold your fingers in and then let your thumb stick out, and then turn your thumb until it's perpendicular to your thigh. Now don't pinch the back of your neck, of your shoulders like this. Make sure the shoulders are very quiet. You see how my arm is moving? It's not like my shoulders moving at all. Don't let your shoulders move. All you're doing is sort of opening up that pec minor, and it's very subtle. It's not a big move, but that is going to make all the difference in your presentation. All right, so opening up the thumbs like this, and then see if you can keep the shoulder quiet and turn the palms back to facing the sides of your body. If you want to, you can sort of like, see if you could walk like this. That's what it should feel like. It's that the pec minor is open and able to just sort of walk with it like that. Okay? I to practice, I used to walk kind of like this. You can do this. Walk around with your thumbs back and then turn your palms to face your thighs. This is where your shoulders should be. Look at the difference between this and this. Who do you want to talk to if you saw me across the room? You're like, I don't know. She seems okay. But what if I'm like this? It's like, wow, she looks like somebody I want to talk to. And I want you to have that impression as well. All right? So opening the shoulders is not a big deal. Now, the second thing you need to do is make sure your chin isn't sticking out. Keep the back of your neck very long. Because if you do this and then you let your head go forward, after a while there's going to be a cascade of events and you're going to have bad posture again. So lengthening the back of the neck, opening the pec minor, nicely done. And that's how you can pose for pictures or just before you're going to go give a presentation or something. Open your pec minor, walk out, hi. Everybody's going to go, oh, I wonder what she has to say or what he has to say. Okay, so make sure you do that. Let's come down to the ground. I want to do a little bit of pranayama with you. Let me adjust the camera angle. Okay, coming into a seated position. See if you can go straight into the strange leg in the front. That's what I like to call it. It's funny, just sitting like this is so different, isn't it? It's kind of like crossing your hands. You ever do this and then cross them the other way? And you're like, wait a minute, you're right over left, I'm left over right. It's funny, you just picked one and that's what seems normal to you. All right, let's come into a seated position. We're going to really feel our sit bones. And I invite you to feel the sides of your rib cage. Go like this and sort of activate this area. Kind of scratch in there, scratch in that area. You feel all those ribs where it goes, it's kind of like you have these little gills on the side here. That's what we're going to try to open is breathing sideways, breathing sideways. Now, I know in yoga a lot of times they talk about breathing from the belly. That's not wrong. That's one way of breathing and it's perfectly fine. But what we're doing is something a little bit more subtle. This is kind of a little bit more advanced. It's not as intuitive as I think belly breathing is. Oh, here comes some Weimaraners. Oh my God, they're beautiful dogs. People have their dogs on this beach. It's so cute. Actually, I'm at GIBSON Beach. I didn't say that, but I was at GIBSON yesterday, but I tried to go to the next beach and I didn't have any signal, and so that's why I'm here again, but it's fine. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to breathe from the side, and we're going to inhale deeply. See if you can open your rib cage to the side, because all this air that's around in here, you're going to have a lot more air than if you just belly breathe, especially if you're doing that Uddiyana Bandha. If you're lifting up there, how are you going to breathe in your stomach? Because it's all tight. So the only place left to breathe is the side. So see if you can breathe sideways. Now, a lot of times when people are trying to find this, they end up kind of sucking in air like this with their upper body. That's the worst way of breathing at all, is the shallow breathing up here. We want to breathe deeply. Notice how nothing's changing in my neck. You can put your hands here. See if you can find it. Now, you may not find it today, that's okay, but that's what we're working on, almost like this accordion going sideways in your body. You'll get it. You'll get it. It might take a minute or two. But let's take a moment to do some alternate nostril breathing. So we're going to start with the right side. We're going to go in. We're going to close the nostrils, and then we're going to go out on the left side. Then we're going to go back in on the left side, close the nostrils, and then out back on the right side. So we're going to go like this, back and forth, all right? So first of all, we're going to close the left nostril. We're going to inhale through the right nostril, close both nostrils, open the left nostril, exhale. Inhale through the left again. Close both nostrils. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close. Exhale through the right. 2 more rounds. Inhale through the right. Close. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close. Exhale through the right. One more. And gently lower the hands. Now that is such a great thing to do. The reason why we do that alternate nostril breathing is it's actually activating two parts of what are called the Ida and the Pingala. The Ida is the masculine side, the Pingala, maybe it's the opposite. The Pingala is the yin. And they're both intertwining each other, starting at the root chakra and going all the way up through your head. And when they're both activated, you create a force in between there called the Shushumna. This is what the root of a lot of yoga is balancing these two sides. Again, it's the Hatha. It's balancing the sun and the moon. And when you do that, strangely enough, you just wouldn't think it would do that, right? But that breathing in through the left or to the right, it's very activating. And then inhaling to the left, it's very calming. So that's what you're doing. You're doing back and forth. One last thing let's do very quickly before we end today, and that is experience that bit of a float in between. You know, I was just telling you to close your nostrils. You can do that, but I would invite you not to think of holding your breath right now. We're going to just see if there's like a suspension of the air before you go back out to the exhalation. So let's go from the right again. We're going to go inhale. Don't close the nostrils, just float. Exhale through the left. There's a little bit of a float there on the exhalation. Then inhaling through the left, then there's a float of air before you start to feel the need to exhale again. Inhaling again through the right. Feel that float. Exhale through the left. There's also a little suspension at the bottom on the exhale before you feel that urge to inhale again. Then there's the float. Go back out the right. Wasn't that lovely? I really enjoyed that. I hope you did too. All right, let's come into our Namaskar Mudra again, holding the hands in the prayer position, keeping the back of the neck nice and long. We're going to try to remember this all day long, to keep the shoulders down, the pec minor open. If I need to, I can just use my little thumb trick, right, that I showed you. Use that to open up your shoulders before walking into a room or greeting someone. I invite you to acknowledge yourself, because you've just created an undeniable demonstration of your love for your health and your body. And when you take care of yourself, you can help other people. Rubbing the hands together vigorously, feeling that warm palms, bringing them over the closed eyes. Inhaling deeply through the nostrils. Exhaling deeply through the nostrils. One more time, inhaling deeply through the nostrils, lengthening the back of the neck. And slowly open the eyes and say thank you to right arm. I love you, you're so good to me. Left arm, thank you very much. Both legs, you take me where I want to go. I'm so thankful. Feet, wonderful. Internal organs, my head, so good. Everything. Namaste, thank you so much for joining me here, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning at 6:30. Namaste.